Hey y'all, and thanks for dropping by Design by Kathy. Today I'm going to do a canvas. I'm going to do two different techniques on one canvas. It may look like nothing, but it may come out pretty cool because I actually hadn't done this before, so it's going to be a super experiment. But I don't know. You know how you get stuff in your mind and then you want to see how it's going to look. So we're going to give it a whirl and see what happens. I'm really late in the week getting my video done because we were like crazy week, oh yeah, we were getting ready for a hurricane, and I'll explain more of that when we get started, but let's get right to pouring. I'm going to be using this 12 by 20 canvas, and it's got all these little things on it. I've tried to sand them off, but I'm pouring, this is let's say an upcycle. Man, not really an upcycle. It's just a redo. And I put a coat of Bullseye 123 on top of covering this because this was I was experimenting one day. So, that happens. So I'm going to reuse this canvas. Now I have mixed up, I've got turquoise, which is the actual color Caribbean. I have, this is pretty trail tan, metallic gold. This is called red brown, which I think is such a pretty color. And then I have burnt umber. So I've mixed these up with my concoction of 80% Floetrol, 20% water. And I've got them, they're all the same consistency, and you see it will just stream off the popsicle stick just in one little consistent flow, and each of them will do that. So because of each of these paints is a little bit different texture, I couldn't use just a regular 1 to 2, 1 to 1, whatever ratio, because some of these you just have to kind of guess, especially the consistency of the paint. Say like this, well, it's brown red. I said red brown, but this is so much thicker than what's going to come in your bottle like this, which is perfectly fine. But that way you just have to start with, let's say, your regular paint and do if you're using Floetrol, 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol, and get your consistency, and then just keep adding to your thicker paints until you get that same consistency across the board. And always just add little bits. It's so much easier to add more than take away. But that being said, if at some point you realize it's just too thin, put some more paint back in it. Just make sure you're not down at the bottom of your bottle of paint. So let's get started here, and I'm going to do this half with just a flip pour. Again, this is a super duper experiment. It may not even sort of kind of look like I don't even know if I really have anything in my head for it to look like. I just thought it sounded fun, I chose the colors from my, on Pinterest, my palettes board, which as I come across different color palettes, I just save them to that palettes board. That way, if I'm stuck on some colors to use, it's just a great little place. So feel free to go to my Pinterest, Design by Kathy, and take a look at those. Save them to make your own palette board, and that way, when you're stuck on a paint idea that you're not, you say you're not doing it you're just doing a pouring and you're just wanting some different colors to combo together. Anyway, I've just found that's been pretty fun to have on hand to choose colors. They look lovely right there, don't they? Just all sitting there all by themselves. So let's get ready and see what happens here. Again, as I mentioned, and I know if you're watching the news anywhere, you know, the hurricane hit yesterday. It's been very devastating down South Louisiana in the Lake Charles area and those places. Initially, it was set to hit more in South Texas around Galveston, and that would have put it coming straight up the Texas-Louisiana line right on top of us. So we had to be ready with food, generators, make sure we had water, because what happens by the time it gets to us, of course, you know, if you saw, I mean, there was a possibility of it still being a Category 2 by the time it got way up here in northeast Texas. As it turned out, that didn't happen. We didn't have any tornadoes. We did have some pretty nasty wind gusts, but didn't lose any trees. We never lost electricity, so we're very grateful for that. But our hearts do go out. My heart goes out because I've got relatives down there in Lake Charles, and I'm not sure if they know yet the status of their homes, but they were all up in North Louisiana, so they're all safe. And anyway, it's just what happens down here in these little, you know, in the Gulf. That's what we've dealt with always. Okay, let's get on to this. Enough of that chatter. Okay, so I'm going to just flip this over. Oh, I love those. I'm just happy with those little colors there, man. That's always a good thing. When you're happy with the colors you see, you can't screw it up too bad because it's going to come out looking like something pretty awesome. Now, I do not have any... There is no silicone in this. So these little cells that are popping up are either a result of the water that's in the Floetrol or maybe the Floetrol itself. I don't know. But they're popping up. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there with that part of it. And now for the major experiment here. I think I'm going to go with, starting with the brown. Okay, so we'll go back with the brown. Okay. I want to have some paper towels handy. Alright, I'm going to start with this little tool, which is a basic hair comb. And I'm going to start right here where our little maybe landscape, I don't know what, but there's something right there. There, I got that out. Okay, so now here we go. Just going to play around with this, folks. I'm still loving these colors. Okay, now let's see. I don't want to... I don't know what I want to do. Boy, interesting, huh? Oh my. Well, I'm trying to say, I love, you know, okay, I'm not gonna do anything else because, you know, sometimes you just gotta stop. Wow. Okay, I was gonna do a little bit more, but I do like the intricate details that that's given me. I don't have an explanation for why all the cells popped up. Yeah, like I said, maybe the Floetrol. I don't know. I think I got some possessed Floetrol. But there is no silicone in this at all. So this is just what came out. And then there's a little bubbly. Some of it's where I had some paint that was still sticking up from my last pores on here. Anyway, man, I like these colors. And I don't know what it is about that brown red. But I like these together. I like it a lot. I hope you guys do, and I hope you'll leave me a comment. Again, this was just kind of playing around. You know, we could even play around more, but I don't know what it would do. But we could run that same pattern down through here. You know, if we were live, y'all could say, do it, or don't do it. Because sometimes I'll do something, and then people will go, oh, I liked it before you did that. Well, that just happens. That's part of it. And if you don't experiment, how are you going to know? So that's all part of it, but I think I like this pretty much like it is. Again, I've got to thank my Pinterest board for these beautiful colors that I just found, and I have it saved on there, so be sure to check. I got a link down below. Geez, this is interesting looking, and I hope you like it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't hesitate, and I appreciate if you'll leave me a comment, a thumbs up, a like, you know, and a share, and let me know what you're working on, or let me know if you have any questions. Subscribers, I appreciate you all so much. And if you're new to Design by Kathy, I hope that you will subscribe as well. And let's keep up with experiments. You know, if you don't experiment, we'll never know. So Everybody have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.